Hello friends and welcome back. In this video we're going to see on how to clean up this program.cs in order to have like a cleaner structure so as to be able to know what's going on here. So in order to do that, we're going to create what we call extension. But before we do that, I'm going to close all the other tabs, and I'm going to collapse everything so as to be having a clean workspace, and we'll be having only this. And inside your API, I'm going to add another folder for the extension. So I'm going to say extensions, and inside these extensions, this is where now we're going to add now the extension class. And I'm going to go ahead and say new C# class, and I'm going to call this as application service extension and press enter. And for all the extension classes, they need to be static, and you need to make this as a static class. And let me try to remove unnecessary usings first. And again, as we'll be needing to add something in here, we are going to say, I'm going to create a method in here. I'm going to say public static, and it is going to take the type of what it is going to return. It is going to return the iService collection, and this is the one that we're going to use in here. Here it is, and I'm going to call this as application services, and we have to take the parameters. The first parameter will be the iService collection, and we're going to be using this, and I'm going to say iService collection, and I'm going to be calling this as services. And also, as we'll be needing to access the configuration, I'm going to bring also the configuration, and I'm going to say configuration, and I'm going to call this config, right, this one. And in here, you're going to go ahead, let me bring this down too, and in here we're going to go ahead and return the services before I forget. And we're going to cut everything. I'm going to go into the program.cs, and I'm going to leave this controller only here. I'm going to copy from this comment, and we will go until to where before the app, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this and we'll have to see where now we'll be adding this as here. So I'm going to go into the application service extension, and I'm going to paste everything here, and we're going to try to reformat things. I'm going to do like this one, and after reformatting, we need to bring all the required parameters. You can see that it is now complaining about this application DB context. And before we do that, we need to remove this builder and to edit these services as a small letter. So I'm going to select one builder and press Ctrl+Shift+R, and in that case, you can go ahead and delete all the builder here. And again, you can go ahead and remove these services and use the smaller letter services, and try to reformat again. And again, here we need to bring in this application DB context, and we need to use the infrastructure in here. And again, for this, I need to use a quick fix to bring all of this required. And instead of using this again, we need to use the config. And again, and you can see that also. Let's see if we get other errors. In here we need to bring the interface. And again, you need to add the MVC in here. And again, we need to use these errors. All right. I think this is now everything we need. Let's check if we don't have any other kind of errors. Try to reformat your code to make them look good and attractive. All right, after doing this, now it's now ready to go and try to use this inside our program.cs class. And as we are now extending this iService collection, you can use this as a service too. I'm going to be saying builder.services and I'm going to say add application service service extension like this one, and then I'm going to be passing. Let's see what is going to ask me. For this there is nothing, but it's going to be updating the builder dot configuration like this one, and we need to import this. We need to use this. I'm going to use the quick fix, and you can see that it is failing, and I'm going to go ahead and copy the name of this, and I'm going to say like this one. Okay, and then use quick fix and use the API extension, and you can see that now this is much cleaner. And again, we have to remove the unnecessary usings on the top. And whenever we need to add another service, instead of adding it here, we will be adding it into the extension so as to facilitate the clearness of this Program.cs. I'm going to restart the server to see if we didn't break anything, and sure, we have to check if now we didn't break things, and I'm going to wait until this is restarted. All right, so let's go into the Postman and try to get, for example, one product. And let me see, for example, get all products. We are going to see if we can get the list of the product, and whenever we get the list, it will be now the insurance that our API is still working as expected. I'm going to go ahead and click on send, and in this case we're good. You can get all the products, and now everything is working as expected. And this marks the end of the error handling, so we need to stage this and have to add into our version control. So I'm going to go back one level and say git add, and I'm going to say git commit, and I'm going to add the message like end of error handling. And again, we are going to leave it like this one. And again, I want you to continue doing this and ask me in the comment if you met with any problem. I am always here to help you. So in the next section, we will be looking on how to apply the sorting, the filtering, and the pagination, which is now an interesting topic that I encourage you to take into consideration, because it can increase the performance of your API, as you don't need to return everything that you don't need. And from now on till next time, stay cool and peace.